Okay, mayong adlaw sa tanan. Good day everyone. Ang aton topic subong is the human blueprint of the drafting workplace. So, normally, kung drafting ang aton ginahambalan, ang una gid nga makasulod sa aton mind amo ang drawing, dimensions, AutoCAD, BIM, plans, sections, elevations, kag specifications. So, pero may ara kita dapat nga panumdumon or dumdumon, no? Behind every technical drawing is a human being. Ang computer wala naga-decide on its own kung ano ang correct na dimension. So, ang software wala naga-communicate sa architect, engineer, client, kag contractor. Ang tao gihapon ang naga-input. Tama? Naga-check, naga-revise, kag naga-coordinate. So, this lesson is about the human side of drafting. We will look at how behavior, motivation, communication, pressure, teamwork, technology, and organizational culture affect the quality of technical work. Example, imagine nga may tawo, nga may duha ka CAD operators. Si operator A very skilled sa AutoCAD pero wala naga-communicate. Si operator B technically competent kag maayo mag-coordinate. So sa architect kag engineers, kung may revision sa column layout, si operator B mas likely na makahimo sang correct drawing because he asks questions, no, and verifies information. So that's the difference, the communication. So a good draft person is not only good at drawing. A good draft person must also be good at working with other people. Okay? So, there is a second nga to nga slide, no? Pagina mo to, wala ko lang ma-present. Okay. So, ere, sa technical nato na slide, technical perfection requires psychological stability. Sa drafting, taas gid ang expectation for accuracy. So, we deal with scale, measurements, geometry, standards, building codes, symbols, specifications, kag technical details. So for example, ang difference nga 100 mm instead of 10 mm may look like a small typing error, pero sa actual construction mahimo ini nga serious problem. So pero ang pamangkot, can a person maintain perfect concentration all the time? The answer is no. Kung ang draftsman or draftsperson kulang sa tulog, pressured sa deadline, damo revisions, may software problem, confused sa instructions, kag may conflict pa sa team, the probability of error increases. Amo ini ang connection sang psychology sa technical drafting. Psychological stability supports technical accuracy. Let's say, suppose 4:30 p.m. na kag 5 p.m. ang submission. Ang architect nagpadala sang major revision sa floor plan. So at the same time, naghang ang AutoCAD. So bisan kabalugid ang draftsperson sa AutoCAD, ang stress makapahimo sa iya nga makalimot update sang dimension, malipatan niya, mag-save sang wrong version or mag-submit sang old drawing, no? So ini mga factors ina. So, ang question, which is the real problem here? No, lack of technical knowledge or the work situation? Ano bisa inyo pamatsyag? Okay. Sabto nyo na ha. Pamangkoton ta ka mo sina. So kung hindi ka mo nakasabat, kung pamangkoton ta ka mo sa class, imbis ron wala nyo ni ginantaw akon nga lecture. Industrial psychology, no, and organizational psychology. Let's define them. Industrial psychology, amo ni sa ang foundation, no? Industrial psychology as this the right person for the particular job, no? So it involves job analysis, recruitment, employee selection, competency testing, training, and performance assessment. Sa drafting office, let's say, hindi tanan nga kabalo mag-computer automatically qualified as CAD operator. So, we must determine whether the person has the appropriate drafting competencies. So, amo na siya, no, part in asang industrial psychology, no, nga magbutang sang right person for the particular job. So, isa ina na party lang ina. So, damo pa actually. So, a company, let's say, example, a company is hiring a BIM or BIM technician. Kung anong tawag nyo da, BIM or BIM. Instead nga interview lang, they give the applicant a practical exercise. No, they must test if the applicant indeed knows how. No, so create a basic floor plan, organize the layers correctly, and produce a dimension drawing. That is an application of industrial psychology. Another, industrial psychology, no, the network. Organizational psychology asks, how do people behave and work together inside the organization? So it looks at motivation, leadership, teamwork, communication, conflict, and organizational culture. So pwede nga individually maayo ang tanan nga CAD operators, pero kung wala coordination, mahimo gihapon problematic ang project. Example abi, the architect changes the wall location, pero wala niya na-inform ang electrical drafting team. So this was magresulta, the architect drawing shows one location while the electrical drawing shows another. So technical skills are present, ang communication wala, failure. Okay. Next slide. The drafting office as an interconnected system. Think of a drafting workplace as if it were a building structure. The building, kung weak ang isa ka critical structural member, mahimo mapiktuhan ang iban nga parts. So the same idea applies in an organization. May interconnected components. People, task, technology, organization, environment, no? A change in one affects the others. Suppose ang company decides starting Monday, BIM na kita or BIM na kita, Revit na instead of AutoCAD. So technology change. What happens next? So, ang people, they may ask, no, employees need training. Some may experience learning anxiety, no? And then, ang task abi ang previous workflow mahimo magbago. So, ang team kinanglan new coordination process. Then, the organization or the management must provide software licenses, computer standards, and training. So, therefore, technology cannot be changed without considering the people who will use the technology. Okay? Now, let's go to the 4 layers affecting workplace behavior. Ang layer 1, person factors. Ini na mismo, ini ang ara mismo sa individual. No, knowledge, skill, personality, motivation, and attention to detail. So, drafting, example abi, two students receive the same drawing exercise. One carefully checks dimensions, the other rushes. No, dali siya ya. So, their individual behavior affects the result. So, you see, then we have the layer 2, job factors. So, these are characteristics of the work itself. So, workload, deadlines, task complexity, procedure, clarity, and technology access. So, let's say, Abe, one draftsperson is given 10 drawings nga dapat matapos within one afternoon. So, even a highly skilled employee may make mistakes. Diba? And then, we have the layer 3, team factors. Examples include communication, trust, coordination, and division of responsibilities. Let's say, architectural team nag-revise ang window location pero wala gin-inform ang electrical team. So there must be coordination, no? Then let's go to the layer 4, organization factors. Examples include leadership, staffing, training policies, reward systems, and company culture. No? If management rewards only speed and never checks quality, employees may prioritize finishing quickly rather than checking accuracy. So, ang point diri is, before blaming the individual, inspect all 4 layers. Okay. Now, let's go to slide 6. Autonomy of an error. No, as you can see sa slide, suppose may incorrect load bearing dimension sa drawing. Usually, the first question is, sino nagbutang sini? Diba? That identifies the person. But it does not necessarily identify the cause. Ano ang halinan? No? So, we have the person factor. The CAD operator was fatigued. Kapoy gili siya to, no? Fatigue siya. Maybe, pila na ka-oras siya na nag-work, kag nag-concentrate. Kag ang iyang, maybe pila sa ka-oras nag-work. That's why, ang iyang concentration nag-decrease. Then, job factor. 5 major revisions arrive at 3 p.m. Alas 3 na nag-abot. So, ang deadline, 5 p.m. Therefore, excessive time pressure nag-exist. Now, let's see the team factor. The architectural team changed the plan but failed to properly notify another drafting team. So, see, there's an error. Then, organizational factor. The organization frequently understaffs projects, kulang sa tao. So, the person is working under repeated overtime conditions. So, instead, ang point diri, instead of asking only who made the mistake, ask what conditions allowed the mistake to happen. Ano ang kondisyon nga natabo ini nga mga errors. Okay? And then we have the slide 7. Environmental pressures and psychological friction. Revision fatigue. Revision fatigue happens when changes keep coming. Revision 1, Revision 2, Revision 3, Revisions 8 na, hasta sa 12. So, eventually, the person can become mentally tired or frustrated. So, biyara ang tawag nga, revision fatigue. Then, we have the deadline and quality pressure. Drafting has an inherent tension. Fast plus accurate. Fast plus accuracy, di ba? Accurate siya. So, ang management may say, dapat perfect but finish it immediately. Dapat perfect pero matapos mo dayon. Sometimes this demands conflict, no? So let's say you have 20 sheets to check and only 1 hour available. Kaya bala? So that's the question. Then we have the technology stress. Technology stress happens when workers must constantly learn new software, learning new platforms, hardware, or automated processes. So, suppose, kagapon, yesterday, AutoCAD lang. Tapos, subong, Revit. So, buwas, cloud collaboration. So, next week, another software. So, ang point dari, technology improves productivity only when workers are adequately supported and trained. Na-support sila, na-train sila, they were given enough time to learn, no? Para nga mahasa sila sa mga softwares ngayon na, no? Then we have hybrid drafting and communication. Many drafting jobs are no longer performed entirely inside one office. May work from home, hybrid setup, remote consultants, and international design teams. May advantages. Less travel kung work from home, di ba? Flexible working arrangements. So, access to experts from different places and uninterrupted individual modeling time. Pero may vulnerabilities ini. Instead nga pamangkot mo lang directly ang engineer, mag-message ka pa kag hulaton ang reply. Then we have the isolation. Reduce informal communication, may weekend team coordination. Then there is boundary blur. Kung ara kasi sa workstation sa balay nyo, sometimes hindi klaro kung work time pa or personal time na. Okay? So example, a CAD operator in Iloilo is working with an engineer in Manila. So the CAD operator notices a conflict between a beam and duct location. So instead of guessing, there should be a formal system, issue report, drawing reference, screenshot, responsible person, deadline for response. So, ang point diri, remote work needs intentional communication, not accidental communication. So, ang importante diri, if it is hybrid, let's say, ma'am, bakit ang hybrid, may mix of makatugid sa office, sa workplace, or ara ka sa home nyo, work from home, no? Hybrid siya. So, there must be an intentional communication. Then we have the scientist-practitioner model, evidence over assumption. So, this one of the most important lessons. We should not manage people based only on assumption. So, for example, lazy ang CAD operators. So, is that fact? Not yet. It is an assumption. So, instead, check overtime hours, workload, software problems, frequency of revisions, and clarity of instructions. So, i-check mo na, i-background check mo before ka mag-assume nga tamad gid man ang imo is kaupod or tawo, no? Let's say yung CAD operator mo. Then another, suppose ang old employees stubborn gid sa yung BIM software. Instead na investigate, did they receive sufficient training? Diba? I-investigate mo nga daan kung nakabaton sila sang sufficient training. No, do they have technical support? Is the learning schedule realistic? Diba? Then, a teacher, let's say no, kamo example sa inyo, a teacher notices nga madamo students delayed mag-submit sang CAD activity. Ang assumption, lazy ang klase. So, ang evidence-based investigation Ebidensya. Do students have laptops? Is AutoCAD available? Was the instruction clear? Were students given sufficient laboratory time? So those questions may reveal the actual problem, no? Kumbaga, ang point dere, evidence first, judgment second. Then let's go to slide 10. Data triangulation. Triangulation means hindi kita maging isa-isa lang ka source of information. So, imagine a triangle. We collect information from different directions. First, we observation. Observe what actually happens. Let's say, observe how often CAD operators are interrupted while working. Then, interviews and surveys. Ask the people, example questions. Are instructions clear? Is the workload manageable? Do you receive sufficient software training? Then we have the workplace data. Review objective records such as error reports, overtime hours, number of revisions, and project completion time. So, example diri naton, suppose there are many drawing errors. So, let's say observation. CAD operators are frequently interrupted. Permi lang siya na ma-interrupt si obra. Then, sa interview, employees report unclear revision instructions. And then sa record, project shows increasing over time. So, when these three sources point toward the same problem, mas strong ang conclusion. Then, sa slide 11, continuous diagnostic workflow. Step 1, isolate the symptom. Clearly state the problem. Example, drawing revisions are frequently submitted late. Not. The employees are drawings revisions are frequently submitted late. Hindi nga mahambal ka nga employees are bad. Okay? Step 2, gather evidence. Use observation, interviews, and records. Step 3, map the 4 factors. Sa person factor, skills problem. Sa job, workload problem. Sa team, communication problems. Organization, policy, staffing problem. So, you check on those ginadiagnostic, checking. Step 4, draft interventions. Clearer procedures, workload balancing, additional training, standardized revision process. No, ano ang intervention mo? Is there an intervention nga masolve na? And then step 5, implement, execute the selected solution. Kung may solution na nga na-formulate, dapat i-apply na, i-execute na. And then step 6, evaluate. So when we say we evaluate, did the solution actually work? I-check naton, i-post test kung work yun man ang solusyon nga ginhatag. Okay, slide 12, no? Okay, bahatag ako sang case study, no? Before I proceed with this, i-send ko ni Anay sa inyong lecture nga ni. So, I will give you a case study nga para maging activity naton for the week. Okay? So, ang ini nga lecture is for this week, no? Nga sa mga na-miss nga wala kita ka-meeting because of some reasons. So, I will meet you with the instruction about the case study. Okay, class? So, that's it for now and we'll see each other soon. Bye.